want me to change, but I ain't changing. Nah, I remain the same.
And you are now tuned into another episode of Intellectually Petty Radio, brought to you by M3S3 Clothing. Men make moves and suckers stand still. And as always, on the mighty Nerve DJs Radio Network. Man, come on, bro. You already know, man. It's legends around here, and that's it. I don't rock with nobody else. That's it. And today, man, is absolutely no exception, man. We got a real live fucking superhero. This nigga swims with sharks, flies, planes, helicopters, whatever. This nigga he is a billionaire. Okay, I'm lying about the billionaire part. However, he is Batman in the flesh, man. Black man in the flesh. What's going on, Blitz? How you doing, bro?
What up, though? What's up, my baby?
What up, though?
Man?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. How you? How the family?
Oh, man, family is good, man. All praise due to Allah, man. Everybody's good. Staying out the way, man. We out here in Detroit trying to stay out the way, kid. You know how it go.
Yo, how you end up in Detroit?
Oh, shit. It's a long story, man. Actually, this was my last duty station in the Coast Guard, bro. Yep, I was at Air Station Detroit. And, man, it's a funny story because, like, originally I grew up in New York. My family was like in New York and Virginia, and I didn't have no family here, man. But I just fucking love Detroit, bro. I just stayed. It's one monumental story behind why I stayed. I don't know if you want to get into that, but yeah, I just stayed in the D, man, and I grew up here.
It's your show, bro. Do what you want to do. Talk about what you want to talk about.
Like literally, bro. I was going on a date with this girl. This is hilarious. I was going on a date with this girl, and I picked her up at our house, and she said, you know, this is back when you had to call in for the movies, right? You was going to movies and the dinner, and we didn't have smartphones. You had to call in and get the movie time. So I'm calling in and see what time the movie was going to start. So we go either go to dinner first or go to the movie. And she said, well, we could go to the movies and dinner, or you could just put $50 on my light bill, and I could just give you head all night. And right then I knew I was never leaving Michigan. I remember the exact moment. Because, bro, I swear to God, been around the world, bro, and I ain't never heard no shit like that. So I was like, yeah, that's it. You gotta change my ID over to Michigan. That was 2005 or something like that.
Oh.
It's real, bro. I'm gonna give it to you real.
You wild as fuck for that one, bro.
Bro, I swear to God, bro. And guess what? I ain't left. I ain't moved out yet. Shit.
And my guess is she's no longer around.
Nah, she ain't around, but she said the president. Okay,
I'm not mad at the honesty in that though.
Bro, that shit was dope, bro. Like, come on, man. That was dope.
First off, whose light bill was $50? Okay, that was back in the day though.
That was back in the day. But I'm just saying to give you the option. And then you know what? I pondered on it for like 20 seconds. Like, I'm gonna go with option B. All right. And look, she did exactly what she said, bro. Shit, that's the best $50 I ever spent. Damn.
I'm not. All right. As a matter of fact, before we even get into the because this nigga swims with sharks, and I have never met a black man that swims with sharks.
Hold on, watch this.
While you do that, I'm gonna play this video. I can't play the that's crazy too, bro. I can't play the song on it because I don't want it. You know, I don't have the rights to play the song. Yeah, I don't want to do that shit. Okay. But y'all need to see. Like this shit is crazy.
They're gonna think you capping.
No. Can you see that?
That's in the Bahamas. We had about 20 great hammerheads. That's my boy right there, Rob. His Instagram is Mr. Stay Salty 242. We still friends to this day. And I know his moms and his kids and his dad. But man, we got some great stories, man. My friend Alejandro was out there with me too. And he was the guy who actually introduced me to scuba diving. I got to tell you how I started scuba diving, man. The story is fucking crazy, bro.
Okay.
You're never going to believe it.
Yeah. How did you start scuba diving and why?
Okay. All right. So I could always swim. You know, I was in the Coast Guard, so I could always like the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
But one year, my mom and I, we went on vacation for my birthday. My birthday is in November. So she was like, yo, let's pick. She's like, yo, she called me like, yo, man, I haven't seen you. You know, I live in Michigan. She lived in Virginia at the time. She was like, "Look, I'm gonna take you on vacation for your birthday." So I'm like, "Okay, bet." She's like, "Go online and pick anywhere you want to go, and here's my credit card. Just book it." So we did. We went to Island. We stayed in this fucking real nice villa and shit, like some old Jay-Z type of shit. Heated marble floor, jacuzzi. It was beautiful. So, while we were there, like the first 3 days, we hung out. Then I was with my mom. So I wanted to go see some girls, hang out on my own. And so she was like, "Yo, what you want to do for your birthday?" So I was like, I want to do this thing where I could go zip line. You zip line and ride a horse up in the mountain and shit. She was like, "Man, your fat ass." She told me that. She's like, "Your fat ass ain't about to do no zip line and climb no fucking mountain. They're gonna bring your black ass down on the donkey." So she was like, I ain't paying for that. I'm like, "Yo, straight up." I said, "Ma, I used to hike in the military and all that." She was like, "Yeah, you was like 100 pounds lighter, nigga." Like, "No, I'm not paying for that." So I was like, "What about scuba diving?" She was like, "Now that I'll pay for. I know you like the water." And so that's what I want with her. I did this thing called snuba, where it was actually like a snorkel. You breathing off a hookah regulator, but you don't have all that heavy equipment. You don't got no tank on. They just give you a mask, a fin, and then your tank is actually in a boat, and there's like a 40-foot hookah lounge. So you put the reg in your mouth and you just kind of swim around looking at fish. And I liked it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this shit was fire, right? So you're not gonna believe this. The guy who was actually the guide at the hotel, me and him are best friends to this day. That had to be
Really?
like 14 years ago. Yup. 14 years ago. So I did that. We stayed in touch. I got his number. My friend Alejandro. We just kind of stayed in touch, right? So at the same time, I'm rapping. I'm rapping, like on Underground. So I'm selling my CDs at Belle Isle, Rouge, Northland Mall type shit. And then we started getting good success with it, with the music, right? So I ended up meeting Moolah, who's Moolah Films. He used to be in this company called TMB. It was T and BZ, and they shot my first video, Go, right?
Okay.
And we did the video, and the video was fire. So we just kept. They ended up splitting up after that, and I started working with T. Like half of the people went over with BZ, half went over with T, and he started Moolah Films, right?
Okay.
So like on my third video, I had this, I'm like an only child. So I got like this fucking crazy imagination. I'm like, yo, I want to do something like Jason Bourne, where like I'm scuba diving to this boat and I kill this lady security and then I'm going to kill her and I end up falling in love with her and all that kind of some old crazy shit. We actually did the video, but in the video, I wanted to scuba dive up to the boat. So I called my friend Alejandro. "Oh man, can you make this happen?" So he had his own company. He chartered the boat for us, and I still wasn't no scuba diver yet. He pretty much just helped me bullshit, put this on, and he put me in about 30 feet of water, said swim up to the boat, and we did the video, right? So after the video, he says, "Yo, man, you should consider getting certified, man. You got good buoyancy, you're not scared in the water, and you should get certified." So he planted a seed, and then shit, a year later, man, I just was at home. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And he hooked me up, man. I got certified. That's how the shit started. You know what I'm saying? We didn't start with the sharks. We just started learning how to scuba dive.
Okay, but how do you get from there to swimming with sharks?
Okay, you know what happened? We was doing it like I'm real composer. My mom called me composer. So we was just literally like once a month I would go somewhere and we would dive. We go to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, Florida. We go somewhere and dive. And then one day I was like, I want to step it up, man. Let's go fuck with some sharks. And he was excited about it because he had never really seen no big sharks. Like he was from Puerto Rico, so he's seen like little reef sharks, which really they're not dangerous for real, like little nurse sharks. So we plan to go see some big fucking sharks, man. And the first time I did it, you want to hear a funny story about that too? Like the first time,
of course,
you had to get all these certifications. You had to be an advanced diver. You had to be nitrox certified, which means you're not breathing regular air. You're breathing enriched air, which means you can go deeper and you can go deeper for longer. And also there's less service intervals. So like when you dive and you go to a certain depth, you have to sit on a boat for like an hour to let some of that nitrogen get out your blood, or you can get bent, Okay. So by breathing a special gas, you're able to, like go down for like an hour at 100 feet and then sit on the boat maybe for 30 minutes instead of an hour. So it just you could get more dives in, right? So I had to get all these certifications before we could do it. Anyway, we get on the boat. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. I was super scared. I had brand new equipment. I didn't know what to expect. And we get on the dive. It's me and him, and there's just a bunch of white people and shit. We the only brown people on this dive, you know. And it was like a real cliquish thing. You know, you from the hood, so you know how it is when you go somewhere and like you an outsider. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was that kind of vibe. Like nobody was really talking to us. Nobody wanted, hey, where you from? It's just like me and him kicking it. And we was okay with that, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But we get off the boat and we get to about 95 feet is a shipwreck. And we get on this fucking shipwreck and the guys is like 25 fucking sharks, man. They bumping you, man. They swimming under your arms, under your leg. It was crazy, dog. And then after like 10 minutes, I was scared, bro. But after 10 minutes, I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers ain't trying to kill me, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I remember the guy, man, my friend Josh. We friends to this day. I'm on this shipwreck, and he took a fucking big fish. Like, you know, he would shoot fish underwater and cut them up underwater, bro. He took it and brought the shark straight to my fucking mast. Like, literally took the piece of fish and threw it in my face, and the shark came in. And that was it. I was like, dog, I'm hooked on this shit, dog. That was fire. And then we get to the surface, and it's a shit show because we get to we go down, it's nice and calm. Get back to the surface, and there's a full storm, bro. Like the sky's black. It's 8-foot waves crash on top. You know, and I'm like, fuck, I'm scared, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm scared. So the boat is like 5 miles away. So we're waiting in there for like 15 minutes for this boat to come back, right? So when the boat comes back, like you get on the back of the boat where the ladder is at, and the boat is literally doing this. So I'm fucking scared. I got my stuff on so tight I can't breathe. I'm like hyperventilating. I'm like, I got plenty of air. I'm looking at my computer. I got plenty of air. So I'm almost in a panic mode. I'm panicking, right? So when the captain calls us over, I'm like, shit, I need to be the first person on the boat because I'm not doing okay. This white lady gets on the boat. She tries to get on the boat before me, and I swam up and I grabbed her by a ponytail, and I pulled her off of the fucking ladder, bro. You know, the white people started going crazy. Oh my god, he just grabbed Debbie by the ponytail, and I was like, yeah, bitch, I'm having a fucking emergency. What the fuck? God damn, man. I still see the lady to this day. That was like 13 years ago. She still won't speak to me. That's what it is, lady. Like, you know. I was scared. I thought I was going to die out there that day. I ain't going to lie.
Although I understand that, I would not speak to your ass either.
Dog, that shit. Listen, man. Listen, I did what I had to do. I was in survival mode at that moment. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know what I know now. You know, but that's like anything. Making your bones. You know, it's called paying dues, man. Anything I've done.
So how do you go from that to making money at it?
That shit, you know what? That's a crazy story because, bro, I got like 35 stories. I'm sorry, man. So after
that's what you on the show for, nigga. Tell your story.
after I started diving and doing the sharks, I wanted to do some other dives too. Like I never got bored with the sharks. They were like my first love, but I still wanted to see some other things. Like I had a bucket list, manta rays, humpback whales, orcas, which I still haven't seen yet. And so I started chopping down that list. I wanted to go see some manta rays. I did some black water dives, like night dives at night, right? So I'm on this night dive, and all these guys got these big fucking cameras. Let me show you. I'm gonna show you my camera housing. It's not built up, but I can just show you like the housing. So this is like my camera that I take underwater. It's called a Nauticam. Okay. But it got a whole bunch of shit that going, like the dome and the strobes and stuff like that. But when I'm on this boat, I only have a GoPro, like a little.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah, just like the little action camera, right? So when I'm on this boat, all these guys got these big $20,000 fucking cameras, you know. But y'all don't give a fuck about none of that. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I'm like, I'm a black guy. I'm diving all around the world, fucking cameras, right? So, and like I said, it's cliquish. So none of these people are talking to me. I'm the only black guy on the boat this time. And I got used to it. I was okay with it. It didn't bother me. leave me the fuck alone. Let me go enjoy my dive, right? So when we get back, when we finish the black dive, it's like 10 o'clock at night. It was beautiful. We get back on the boat and like all these people are cheering. Oh my God. Oh my God. So I'm like, what's the big deal? You know, and the guy goes, yo, man, I just found this Nautilus. I've been taking pictures for 20 years and I've been looking for this one animal and I finally got it. So I'm like, I'm looking at it through the back of the viewfinder. I'm like, okay, look like an alien, you know? And so I said, yo, man, send me a picture of that to my phone, man, so I could, you know, I could have it. So I was on the boat. So he's like, oh, yeah, no problem. It was about an hour to get to the dock, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get to the dock. And I said, yo, man, here's my email. He said, oh, bro, somebody already sold. I already sold it. Somebody bought the picture. So I'm sucking my teeth like, this nigga lying. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking he's lying. Like, bro, how the fuck you sell it 45 minutes? You know what I'm saying? You just, like, how you even do that? But he said he uploaded from his camera to his phone to his website. Literally, he showed me the PayPal, a pay-by payment for 10 minutes, $25,000. Yeah, 25 fucking grand, bro. And I never gave a fuck about taking pictures until that moment. I'm that type of person. Like, I could be motivated. $25,000, man.
Yo.
For a fucking picture. And guess what? I went home. I called a bunch of people I knew that were photographers. My friend Jay Schellenberg, and he kind of, I never owned a camera before in my life, ever.
Mm-hmm.
So I literally started my whole photography shit underwater. So he's like, yo, get this camera, get this. You need to do this, and don't worry about strobes. All right, let me show you the strobes.
Where you get the money for all of this shit, though? Like, how was you flying around the world and diving everywhere?
I was a stripper, man. You know what I'm saying? My stripper name was Cholesterol. Boy, listen, man. You're not gonna appreciate it, man. But there's a market for fat black motherfuckers who scuba dive. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, no. You want to hear how I did it for real though?
Yes.
All right, look at this. I keep like, at the time, I used to always save all of my change. This is no bullshit, bro. And I had like 10 of these jars, right? So I took all the jars to Coinstar, bro. It was like 10 grand. I just bought my camera for that shit. My girl will tell you. She was like, I had like 10 of them bitches in my office. And I went and bought a camera. I invested in the camera. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And the rest was history, man. I won. It was one of my other friends' name is Miralist Matt. And we call him Matt Geo. Because literally, these two guys, Matt Geo and Jay Schellenberg, they should be working for like National Geographic. They're the best fucking underwater photographers that I ever met. And I'm good. And these guys are like Michael Jordan. And they don't want to fucking do it professionally. They want to do it as a hobby. I was like, bro, if I could do that shit, bro, I'd be fucking a millionaire, bro. And so let me tell you a funny story about this guy. On his Instagram page, right?
Mm-hmm.
He never posted a picture of himself. It's just like fucking dolphins, and he went to Tonga for 2 months and filmed humpback whales giving birth, all kind of shit you would see on fucking, on TV, And so I used to always hit him up like, yo, man, I want to be a student, bro. Like, teach me, man. Like, how can I get a picture like this? Like, what I need to do? And just like anybody else, he blew me off, And then, like, we were supposed to meet one time, and he had a chance to go to Tonga for like 3 months to do a research trip with scientists, and blew me off some more. Then he got sick, blew me off some more. So, I moved on. I moved on and kept shooting. But guess what? He saw that I was working. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He kept seeing like, this guy is not fucking quitting. He won't stop. And then one day he goes, look, man, what are you doing this week? And I'm like, shit, I ain't doing nothing. What's up? He's like, meet me on the boat. Meet me here. And so I did. I went down to meet him. And this is the funny part of the story, right? Me and my friend Alejandro, the guy who taught me, right? The Puerto Rican guy, we kind of travel buddies. We dive buddies, so we go into the boat. I got my camera now. I got a big, I got my own equipment, tanks and everything. So we go into the boat. We're in a pier, and this guy comes up to me. He's like, hey, man, how you doing? I'm like, hey, how you doing, bro? So put my shit on the boat, and he goes, yo, everything good with you? I'm like, motherfucker, I say hi to you 10 times. I'm still a Detroit street guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, bro, we're not fucking friendly like that. You know what I'm saying? So then we get in the boat, and the boat starts going out to the dive site. And I'm talking to my friend Alejandro, and he's like, "Yo," and I'm like, "What, man? What?" It was man. I'm like, "Oh," we joke about this to this day, dog. Like, I was playing him to the left because I never had no idea what the fuck he looked like.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah, he was trying to talk to me. He knew what I looked like, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't know who he was, you know.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you like are the black guy in the diving community.
There's a couple of us. It's a couple. It's about a handful of us that are good, and then there's a whole bunch of motherfuckers that. Let me tell you something. When you do things, okay, like the military, skiing, martial arts, you have people who, and I hate to say this, they just think because they black is special, but it's like, bro, don't make a black bar. Just be with no matter who you are, what you are, try to be the best at it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to say, well, I'm the best for black podcasts. And I want to be the best podcaster, period. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about me being from the hood and nothing like that. So that's kind of what's happening with the black people. It's like you see them, and it's like for other black people who scared of the water or can't swim, they're like, oh my God, these guys are great. But it's like the white people looking at you and laughing like you goofy, bro. Like you
I
don't
mean, but
even
at the
go
same
to
time, like I don't give a fuck what they looking like, what they think.
listen, it's one way to think like that, but like even in the military, you know, my grandmother worked for the police department in New York. She
Mm-hmm.
always taught me you got to be twice as better to be just as good. My point is you don't got to think what they think, but they the ones who holding the keys. You know what I'm saying? So you got to go in there and bust ass. Like somebody saying, well, I'm gonna play hockey, but I don't care what the white people say. Well, NHL is white, bro. You know what I'm saying? So why do it if you're gonna go in there and just be okay? You know what I'm saying? Now you got
Yeah, but
think about Serena.
we started hockey. Just
I know
throw
that
that
in
out there.
Canada. I know
Yes.
that. But we started a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? We started rock and roll. We ain't the ones who benefited off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, tell me about it.
So that's what I'm saying. You
I
want to
feel
go in
you.
there and be the best guitar player, you want to be the best business person. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's
I
how
feel
I
you.
kind of look at it. Like too much of our past. Think about the Tuskegee Airmen. That's my perfect example. Them Red Tails, they went in there and they never lost one fucking plane. They was the best.
Never.
Whether
Yeah.
they was black, white, or not, the Germans, nobody could deny they was the best. So I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm just saying that's the bar I aim for. I don't want to just be the best black diver, the best black pilot, the best black belt. You know, I want to be the best. Anyway, I want to be in Japan. They say, oh no, he authentic. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you a big guy though, bro. Like, how did you get into jujitsu, or is that like you've been doing it and you just happen to get a little bigger?
No. All right, this is the story behind that. Like I was rapping. We was getting money. You know what I'm saying? We was getting money. We shooting videos. We going like you said. We going around the world. We driving nice cars, man, and things like that. And what come with that kind of, especially in Detroit, is you're gonna get envy. You're gonna get girls
Oh
want to
yeah.
set you up. Guys don't like you. You took a picture of my baby mama type shit. All that come with it. And this one chick who I used to help out. She used to be fucked up on her rent. And, just little shit like that. I ain't got no food. Never fucked with her. Just helped her out, man. Her boyfriend set me up, man. Tried to kill me and shit. So I'm going in the crib one day. I'm going to check the mail, whatever, and I come out and now let me tell you the monster that I'm in. I grew up in Fort Greene, Brooklyn, right?
Mm-hmm.
Went into the service and been living in Detroit. So in my mind, I'm one of the hardest niggas out here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
In my mind. So I'm going to get my mail, and I turn around and nigga got the 45 in my head. You know what I'm saying? And he like, yo man, get on your knees, nigga. Get on your knees. I'm looking on who is this nigga? I've never seen him a day in my life. But then I look in the car and I see the girl. I'm gonna say her name. But I see the girl. She looking stupid. So I'm like, yo, what the fuck is up with this? And so he like, don't look at her, nigga. Look at me, nigga. And the craziest thing, this is the reality check, bro. Pistol was right here in my belt, and I had a knife in my pocket. But at that moment, it couldn't do me no good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, how long it take you to draw that. But in your mind, you be thinking you could stop 35 people with a pistol. You know what I'm saying? But that's just the reality. If somebody get the drop on you, that's that.
Right.
So I remember saying to myself, like, bro, ain't no way they're gonna let me live. Like if it was just a random robbery or something like that, I probably would have just said, fuck it. What you want, my watch, you want my car? But they were trying to march me in my crib. Like he was trying to tell me to get down and walk into the garage. I'm like, nah, whatever you're gonna do out here in the open, And I went for the gun, bro. I went for the gun. He got the bus in that bitch. Bah, bah, bah. Bro, I was scared, bro. Shit was going off, blowing off. And I remember I had a white neighbor at the time, right? I remember hearing this old white lady fucking screaming, bro. Ah! And I'm like, bitch, call the cops. Like, call the police. What the fuck is you screaming for? But it was me, bro. I was screaming like an old white Jewish lady. Ah! That bitch was going off, man. I thought I was going to die. But all I kept saying was, bro, don't get shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever you do, don't get shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could take a cut, an ass beating, whatever they got, hit with a rock. But if you get shot, that's going to be final. So he dumped that bitch until it was over, man. We got the scuffling, and I was just going for what I know. I was trying to punch him and bite him. He tried to put his finger in my, bit his finger off, and that was that, man. The motherfucker, he got away. He got away. They locked the girl up. They stopped me because the whole shit was going on. They didn't know who was who. Come to find out, this nigga had murdered over 10 people, dog. Nigga was a killer, y'all. They the U.S. Marshals came to my crib and was like, "Oh yeah, he was wanted in like 3 different states for like robbing drug dealers, you know." And I'm gonna tell you the crazy thing. They were showing me these pictures on the iPad, right? And all the pictures, the people had like stab wounds through their hands, right? So I'm like, what the fuck was he doing? Torturing them and shit? It's like, nah, he would tell them to get on their knees. Same thing he told me. And they would put their hands behind their back and he would shoot them through their hands through the back of the head. Yeah. Yeah. So he had murdered a bunch of people, man. And, he was one in like Maryland, Illinois, and New York. Yeah. Motherfucker was a killer, man. So he was like that. He was really trying to kill a nigga, you know what I'm saying?
That's
and so
crazy.
yeah, when I found that out, man, when I found that shit out, I was like, yo, man, I need to learn something. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you got to sit back and have a reality check with yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that was one of them. I was like, bro, you really not you tough here in your heart, but you really ain't as bad as you think. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got the tools.
Boom. That's the exact word. You ain't got the tools. You need the tools.
So where you at jiu-jitsu wise now? Like how far up did you get?
I'm a sign down. That's my 3rd-degree black belt right there. Yeah, I'm an instructor. But guess what? I still train my sensei. I still go get beat up once a week and let him fuck me up and kick me and choke me out. And you know when all right, so let me tell you this story. I know I'm going over, but I went to a bunch of different schools here in Detroit. Because guess what?
Mm-hmm.
I never had no experience with no martial arts. I didn't know the difference from kung fu or taekwondo or karate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I went to a Krav Maga school here. They was terrible. You know, I'm like, yo, the nigga had the gun in my head right here, and the guy was like trying to kick my hand and shit. I just knew I didn't know what was good, but I knew that wasn't gonna work on 7 Mile. You feel me? So I went to a karate school, and the guy was like, I was like, yo, the guy, I took my pistol. I said, the guy had the gun in me, and this motherfucker was trying to kick the gun out of my hand. He was like, it was literally lowering my hand, trying to get like, bro, what's the stop you from just backing up and blowing you, you know? He goes, oh, no. That was it. So then I was getting discouraged, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. I go to a BJJ school, and they just wrestle. The guy was like pulling me down on the ground. I'm like, bro, I got a gun in my hand. Like, you pulling me down on top of you with a gun in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's say if I didn't have the gun. Because he's like, well, in BJJ, we're not allowed to have guns. I'm like, in the streets, motherfuckers got everything. Guns, knives, bombs, you know, pit bulls. You got everything. Like, so he was like, no, that's against the rules in here. So I just had given up, right? So I said, you know, Steven Seagal, pretty bad motherfucker, man. He legit. You know, let me Google, you know, what he does. It came up as Aikido. And my sensei, he's ranked in jiu-jitsu and also Aikido also. Mm-hmm. So when I put in Aikido, my sensei now, John Parks, his name came up. And he looked corny, man. Corny, old, white, corny. If you see him, you would think you would bust his ass, you know. So I go to his dojo, all white students, which wasn't no big deal, but it just was like, oh man, what's this guy gonna teach me? You know, and he talked like Bob Barker. He's like, hello, I'm John Parker. Like, God, just fuck it. I'm just gonna have to walk around with my pistol out and hope don't let nobody get the drop on me, right? So So he goes, yeah, well, what brings you in? And I told him this happened, and the guy tried to rob me broad daylight in front of my crib, and I was living in the suburb, like in Novi, where I'm supposed to be safe. Man, he goes, well, he had all these rubber pistols. He goes, go get a pistol and show me. So as soon as I get the pistol and I go to put up to his head, he puts his hands up. I'm like, yeah, the guy said, and before I could know it, he had the gun and had it in my mouth, bro, and walked me around with that pistol in my fucking mouth, and I was helpless, bro. Like mind you, it scared me because it was nothing I could do. He put me on my knees, picked me up, turned me around. He's like, look, I can make him pull a trigger, and my fingerprints not even on the trigger. That was that. I stayed with him ever since, And he the real deal, man. He teach you real shit. He's like, if there's a knife involved, you're gonna get cut. You know what I'm saying? Just don't get cut here. Don't get cut here. Don't get cut in your stomach. You know what I'm saying? Like, he teach you real life shit. And you know what he says? None of this shit gonna make you invincible. It's just more tools in your toolbox. He used to tell us, if the only thing you have is a hammer, every problem is gonna be a nail. You know what I'm saying? You might just need some tape or a screwdriver or a chainsaw or some paint. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't just teach you like physical shit. It kind of taught you some spiritual shit in there too. And the more I learned, the more I kind of just became a better person, I think. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so rap artist, nigga dives with sharks, jujitsu. What else? Oh, the pilot. I know you don't want to talk about pilot. But we gotta add that to the resume, bro. Like you're a superhero, bro.
Bro, U.S. Coast Guard, man. We started out the air station in North Carolina, and it just wasn't a lot of brothers. You know what I'm saying? There was three of us, and that back then they had this thing called the MORE program, the Minority Officer Recruit Effort. It was like it was affirmative action, which they done away with it. But all right, so look, to tell you that the way I found out about the Coast Guard was my family all worked for the police department in New York. My mom, my aunt, and my grandmother, right? Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to be a cop. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to be a cop. I didn't want to work for the police department. But I was in the Nation of Islam. So I wanted to go to school, but I didn't want to stay in New York. You know what I'm saying? So it was like a dilemma because it was like all the Nation of Islam people at number 7 and, at the mosque and stuff, they just kind of sold newspapers and just, they was fighting the fight, but I knew I wanted to do more, bro. So, I just, one day I met a guy in the supermarket and he was in the Coast Guard, a brother too. I was like, yo, man, what precinct you work at? He's like, no, I ain't no cop. No, I'm in the Coast Guard. And I was like, what's that about? So when I researched it, the thing that separated the Coast Guard from like all the rest of the branches is that they go rescue people, bro. They literally go to help people. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I respect all the other branches, but I didn't want to leave, Brooklyn and go kill poor people around the world and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like in my heart, that's what I still remember Mr. Farrakhan saying that. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying like, if I joined the Coast Guard, I got the chance to go save people. You know what I'm saying? Go help people. And that's what I wanted to do, man. It's like, bro, it was a way for me to get out, a way for me to go to school and travel and still help people, not have to be killing people and shit. I ain't no killer, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a person who enjoyed hurting people. Like I will hurt you though. You know what I'm saying? If it gotta be a me and you situation, but I ain't never take no pleasure in seeing nobody hurt or in pain. You know what I'm saying?
Never. You ain't never beat a nigga up that deserved it and been like, yeah, I beat that nigga ass.
Yeah. But I didn't take pleasure in it. You know what I'm saying?
That's kind of taking pleasure in it.
Yeah, you a wild. I mean, look, I beat my students up, but it's
well, that's different. That's a teaching moment.
I never did, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. When I think about it, I ain't feel bad about it. But let me put it like this: if I could go around that shit, I will every time. I do it now. You know what I'm saying? All right. One time I was in Hawaii, and I'm on this boat, right? Me and this guy still friends to this day. Big, stocky, army white boy, man. Muscle on top of muscles. He drinking a beer. He driving the boat with his shirt off. So this was just a snorkel trip. It wasn't no diving thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I told him, when they see my camera come out the bag, it's like, oh shit, damn man, you got that pro camera. Show me I'm a professional. He like, word. So he goes, Damn, man, I ain't even think y'all people could swim. Okay. Read you loud and clear, right? I ain't gonna fuck with you while you driving the boat. You know what I'm saying? That's the lifeline. As soon as he put that bitch in park, okay? I said, man, let me show you something else I could do. And I got to fucking him up. Now this was fun. I'm fucking him up. And I'm this big fat guy, and he's this guy with almost, and he's screaming like a fucking guy. And then when I finished it, I threw him off the boat. Splash, right? So like all the rest of the passengers, they looking at me, he's like, oh shit. Like, what the fuck? Is he gonna kill us? You know. So he had another guy that worked with him, and he was like, dude, he just threw the fucking captain on the boat. So I said, man, come here, man. And this guy dove off the boat. He jumped off the boat. That was pleasurable. I ain't gonna lie, man. Captain Roots, hey, look up his Instagram, Captain Roots. He'll tell you the story is true. Captain, he dropped big ass yachts for a billionaire now. But yeah, that was 2018 in Hawaii. Every now and then you gotta let a motherfucker know, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I be trying not to just fuck people up, man. I'm trying to be a beacon of light for these kids, you know, and it'd be hard for me to tell the kids like you gotta walk this way, talk this way, and then you gotta live that example, you know. So that's it.
So how do you get from all of that to making shirts and jackets?
Yo. All right, so you're not gonna believe how all this shit just fucking literally happened. One day, I bought my camera, right?
Uh-huh.
I bought my camera, so on the pictures, on people's pictures, let me see if I got some. On people's pictures, like the actual photographers I work with, they have like a little script, all right? So like it'll say Joseph, you know, and it'd be like a little signature on the picture to let people know when they see it on Instagram or a print that it's your picture, right?
Yeah.
And I was saying to myself, like, bro, I can't even read that shit, bro. Like, even if you see it on Instagram, you're not gonna be able to make out that's Ali or Joseph. It just looked like some hieroglyphic. So I told my guy, I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a logo, bro. I'm gonna make a logo for myself, and boom, I'm gonna stamp them bitches on my pictures. And I remember all like the guy who told my friend Josh, who told me what camera to get and kind of brought me in the game. He was like, man, that's ghetto, bro. That's ghetto. It ain't gonna look professional, man. Don't do. I said, that's why I make work, bro, because nobody else doing it. And this is the logo I came up with. It's my favorite shark, the hammerhead shark. And then I put my name, my Instagram name, Bliss from BK. And it's on all my pictures, like, and I can't lift my computer up, but on all the pictures that I print that I sell to people, it has that logo. Let me show you one thing. Hold on.
The logo is fire, by the way, too.
The logo fire, right? All right, so look. This is my friend Alejandro. I don't know if can you see the logo? See the logo right here?
No, you got like it's something reflecting on it.
There's a glare, yeah. But
yeah.
on all my pictures, I was putting that, right? I was putting on my pictures, and guess what? People started buying my fucking pictures, bro. And they was like, yo, that's and what I would do, I was signing, right? So getting into the clothes, one night I told my guy, I said, yo, man, shit, so my pictures are starting to sell now. I should try to make me like a hoodie. You know, I'm gonna make a hoodie with my logo on it, you know what I'm saying, and see what it does. So the company I contacted, they had a minimum. The minimum was like 20.
Yeah.
And them bitches was like $30 a piece. I'm like, damn, that's a lot. It's a lot of hoodies for me to wear. You know, I said maybe I could sell them or something like that. But I got tired of traveling. I'm traveling around the world and I'm wearing North Face and Adidas. So I said, fuck it, give me the 20. You know what I'm saying? I might can sell them. If not, I just wear them all. Fuck it. So I ordered them. They come in. Guess what, bro? In 2 hours, I saw 20 fucking hoodies. No lie. I posted it on Instagram. And in 2 hours, they were like, how much? And I was selling bitches for $100. Because they was like Chanel big ass patch, you know, sewn on. And they ate them bitches up, man. All of my friends, Moolah bought about 7 of them bitches right off the rip. They bought it like bring them down to the strip, you know.
Yeah, you gotta tell your boy Murder to come on the show too, by the way.
What? Say less, bro. He'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, who's doing your videos though, man? For your clothing.
I do my own shit.
Yeah, bro. We gotta get somebody to do your videos for you, bro. I got somebody for you.
Okay. I bet.
Yeah.
Bet. Okay, so look. It wasn't even clothing at first. It was merch, bro. It was just merch. I was just doing this. This is my original logo, black and blue. That's the one that's on my pictures. Then I went to this one right here. Like my next one was like My next one was like a black and red. So
That's fire right there. I like that.
yeah, after I did the wait, how the fuck? Where's my camera at? I
Yeah,
don't know.
turn it.
Oh,
There you go.
there you go. All right, so
Yeah, that's
after I
fire.
did the black and red, everybody who bought the blue came back for the black and red. So I said, "Oh shit, this shit is taking off, man." So then I did a black and purple, same thing, same thing. So that's okay. Now I'm gonna start being a little bit more creative, and then I did one with a housing with a tiger shark in the middle, and that shit blew.
Mm.
It just kept going crazy. Every idea I was coming up, it was like I was getting blessed, but I was doing stuff that was true to myself. You feel me? So, so then I did after I did the one with the camera, it's like it looked just like my camera housing. I got one here somewhere, but it basically like the camera housing and then the dome, and you can see the tiger shark biting in the dome. I
That's
did
dope.
that
And
one.
I'm sorry, man. I was listening, but I never. First off, I've never known anybody named Taft.
Who the
But
fuck
to
is
see
that?
two people named Taft, like I'm looking at the
Oh,
comments.
that's my those are my uncles. That's my I got my uncle Hassan and my uncle Sultan, right? And their first name was Taft. That's my granddad. Where they comment? I can't see no comments. It's only on your side.
On YouTube.
Oh yeah, those are my uncles. Yeah,
Like the way I got it set up for StreamYard is like if you no matter where you comment, it'll show up for me.
yeah, those are my
So
uncles.
like on
Those are my
Facebook,
mother's.
yeah. So they both named Taft.
Yep, after my granddad. But we don't use first names like my middle name is Ali. All my family call me Ali, right? Everybody here call me Blitz, but like my family call me Ali. But my first name is Sultan. So it's just a weird thing. Like no, we don't nobody goes by their first names in my whole family. Like my aunt, her name is Sadia, that's her middle name, and then my uncles, they both of their first names is Tab, both of their last names is Watson, but their middle name is Hassan and Sultan.
Oh,
They
okay, yeah.
they,
So both
they,
of them on here.
they used to go to jail for shit like that. I'm telling all their business. Like one of them, I have a warrant. Seriously, one of them I have a warrant, and then like the other one to get pulled over, and the cops wouldn't believe them. Like, hey man, Terry, like no, that's my older brother. Man, like motherfucker, get out the car. You going to jail? You
I can understand that. Like
know.
my middle school was William H. Taft. That's the only time I've ever heard that name,
Her Tav.
Taft.
This is a weird name and shit. You know what I'm saying?
That's a unique name, I will say. That's definitely an old ass name.
It's an old gay white man name. You know what I'm saying? But only my young uncle is gay. You know what I'm saying? I know the play. He married and shit. He married. He ain't gay. Bro. I'm just fucking- Look, me and him was close in age and shit, right? So like we was like close, but we kind of fucking was like we clashed because we was like 7 years apart, man. I used to terrorize this motherfucker, man. To this day, but he my rich uncle now. Like he's fucking like not a billionaire, but he worth a lot of money, man. He's like hundreds of millions of dollars and shit. He don't
Well,
give
if
a
you
shit.
you want to sponsor the show, we don't mind Tafts.
Oh yeah. Yeah, my uncle, man. That shit is crazy, man. But yeah, that's how the shit turned to a clothing line. Like it was just merch, and I wasn't even trying to make no money when I first got it. It's like I said, sometimes a lot of the times in my life, like God just pretty much will just line me up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't never press nothing, bro. Like you want to hear something funny about the Coast Guard? It's gonna fuck you up. I was in JRTC. You know what that is?
I
Like the
don't.
little, it's like a little military thing that you do in high
Oh
school.
like ROTC in high
Yeah,
school.
ROTC.
Yeah, I
Well,
got you.
ROTC is like the college version, and then JRTC is the high school version.
Okay.
All right, so I was in JRTC, but I was only in that shit for like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It just was too much, man. Them motherfuckers marching around school and wearing uniform. I'm like, fuck that. I ain't doing it, right? So when I got to like, I probably shouldn't say this, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm just gonna tell you straight up, man. When I got to like the 10th grade, bro, I dropped out of school, bro. I dropped out
Okay.
of school. This being a fucking dummy and shit. Dropped out of school. I just had a bunch of shit going on, So I dropped out of school, but then I ended up going to get my GED. Right?
Mm-hmm.
My mom was like, "Yo, go get your GED." You know what I'm saying? Just don't be out here, crazy. So I got my GED. Got one of the highest scores in the state. They told me that when I picked up my GED. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to the Coast Guard with this GED and try to go to school and everything. So when I go to the recruiter, he's like, yo, man, if you did any JRTC, if you did 4 years, you automatically get promoted to E5 from an E1. What? What? So I go to my old high school, right? And I watch me, this ain't God. I go to he's the admiral. I go to this old white commander, and I'm like, hey, how you doing, Admiral? You remember me? I was in JRTC, and I'm about to go in the Coast Guard next week. I was wondering if I could get some paperwork for you so I could take it to them, so I could get into this program. He goes, go to lunch, come back in an hour. He wrote me a certificate, said I did 4 years, bro. One in the game is E5. Man, what?
Man, that was a bag right there,
bro. I've been bullshitting my way through life, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Let's keep it a buck, okay? I've been bullshitting my way. Look, get the boot camp, right? I get the boot camp, right? And I never played a fucking instrument a day in my life. I never played a piano, a guitar, nothing. Just bebop on the banging on the table, bebop, right? So the bugle, the drum corps commander, he goes, when we get off the bus and shit, they shave your head and put you in the uniform and shit, and then we sitting out in the fucking lawn. He goes, do I have anybody who played any instruments in a high school band? So motherfuckers got to raise their hand. He's like, what'd you play? Trombone. Come on. Saxophone. Come on. So I seen a couple white boys like, oh, I played the snare drum. I'm like, shit, snare drum. And then this big doofy white boy was like, yo, I played the bass drums. I raised my hand, He was like, yo, what'd you play? I was like, the bass drum. All right, come on out, right? So basically, boot camp is like 4 months, bro. Every day out of them 4 months, we got to go in the air conditioning, bro. Not swimming, not running, and we got it's catered. We got sandwiches and juice and chips, and we get to fucking play music all day, boy. What? I was in that bitch, didn't know nothing. I didn't even know how to put the drum on. Like I'm watching the white dude, you got to put this drum on and put him over your shoulders and put the strap around. And I watched him do it. He helped me put it on, and guess what? I self-taught myself. Shit, it was easy. Yeah, I self-taught. I mean, how to play a bass drum is hip hop. You know what I'm saying? And I remember our first parade we did 4th of July in New Jersey, right? This shit funny as hell. So the bugle man, he walking in front with that big ass stick. You know what I'm saying? There's about 100 of us. It's the biggest it's the Coast Guard drum corps, right? And all we had to do was every left foot hit the drum. It was the easiest shit ever. Boom. Boom. Every left foot to camera. Boom. So one day I was feeling myself. It was all these black girls, all these girls in bikinis and shit. So I hip hop this shit. It was like boom. And I was like boom, 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 boom. He looked over. Hey, look, God. He looked over at me and was like that's it. And then I took it too far. Then I thought boom, but the boom. He's like, hey. Slow, calm down. I just did the regular shit, and then every now and then I just boom, but the boom, 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 right? So my mom, when I graduated from boot camp, I got in some trouble and had got reverted 1 week back. So like, if you fuck up, if you get in trouble, they move you a week backwards. So like, say if you were supposed to graduate this Monday, you get reverted, you don't graduate to the next Monday,
right?
With the class behind you. So I had got in trouble one time already. And I was 16. I went in at 16. I dropped out of high school. So the dope thing about that is by the time all my friends, my classmates got their shit together, I was already high ranking in the Coast Guard. Like, they came in at like 18 and 19. I was running shit. You know what I'm saying? So it worked out.
In at 16? No, is that even fucking legal?
My mother had to emancipate me. Hey, Ma, if you want there, type on there so they know I'm not on no fugazi stuff. But my mom took me down to the court and emancipated me. Yeah. This shit is like it is like some kind of superhero movie, bro. But
I told you, nigga, you a superhero.
Bro, I would tell you, and I have shit to do with me, bro. Like literally, I just be here for the ride, bro.
Okay, it kind of does have something to do with you because you the main character.
Yeah, but I'm telling you straight up, like this wasn't. You know how people be like, I'm self-made. I planed that guy out the mud, not me. I don't fucking know how I got here. Like literally. I was already the man. Like when I learned how to scuba dive, I was already skiing, been in the military, rapping, fucking with Moolah. We had did 211, buffed up all of that shit, and then boom, that happens. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. You did buffed up?
What? We started that shit, bro. Murder Pain, all that, bro. I can send you the pictures when we did 211. Listen, we was going around doing a movie.
No. But Buffed Up. I'm sorry, but Buffed Up is
Okay.
a fucking classic, man.
What?
I still, I watched Buffed Up. Maybe matter of fact, when did I interview? Cause I interviewed Thomas L. Harris. I don't know, a couple
Yeah,
weeks
about
ago.
2 weeks ago. Yeah.
Yeah, so I watched Buffed Up like right before the interview, just because.
Did you
Yo,
did you see 5-0?
who
You
was
didn't see that
5?
one yet. We did
No.
a bunch of movies, bro. Like before we got real popular, bro. Our first 3 movies was I must say our first 4. It was 211, Buffed Up, 5-0, and then Plug Love. Those 4 that solidified us. That we wasn't just just the run of the mill. Everybody shoot movies now type shit. You know what I'm saying?
I think I seen Plug Love.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Plug Love,
yeah. You ain't
Casino.
lying, Tav. Dude does have the best stories ever. 17 after boot camp, she thought. AKA Lambda Omega chapter. I'm assuming that's mom's.
That's my mom's. What's she talking about? What she say?
She said 17 after boot camp.
Yeah, I was 16 when I went there. I was 17 when I graduated. I was my first year in the service. I was making all this money. I couldn't even buy a fucking car, dog. I had to wait till I was 18. They wouldn't let me sign a contract or get a license. Oh, you want to hear another funny? This is another funny Coast Guard story.
What you got? Let's hear
How
it.
much time we got? Cause I don't want to keep overrunning your shit.
Yeah, we got like 10 minutes. Bruh, like
Okay.
this is your story,
Okay.
bruh.
Let me tell you how hilarious. This is a hilarious story. Me being young and dumb and not knowing better, right? Bro, you want to get the most pussy in the uniform, bro. But do I know that? No. So I'm getting up for work, taking my uniform off and putting the gold teeth and putting on a chain and 2-finger ring, Tommy Hilfiger and some Timberlands and trying to score with this chick. So I remember this one chick. It was a Dairy Queen right across from the base. Right, I was in North Carolina. Bad black girl, man, just gorgeous, man, beautiful, bro. And every day, Charlie, yo, shorty, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Let me get a number 3. Write your number down. I'm gonna take you out later. You know, she's just play me, man. Next. So I'm like, damn, what's up with you, man? You know what I'm saying? So one day we had to do like a parade. I think it was like Thanksgiving or something like that. So we had to put on our class A's, white barracks cap, white gloves. We did the color guard for the parade. So, me and a bunch of my friends, we go in there in our uniform, and by this time I had stopped trying to talk to the girl. I had been there for like 6 months and she ain't never give me no play. So
Right.
I'm just ordering. She's like, oh my God, what? You're in the Coast Guard? Like, oh my God, what? I never knew that one. So I'm like, yeah, bitch, like, damn, I've been trying to holler at you for 6 months. So she's like, yo, take my number. Take my number. I'm like, what? Bro, do you know who I am? She was like, yeah, I just thought you was one of these guys from New Bern. I didn't know. All right, whatever, man. A win is a win. I don't care how I win. I'm going to take the win,
Hey, bro,
So
hold on. Your mama said you getting too wild.
I'm getting too wild.
Yeah, she said put your filter on.
Oh, shit. That's our famous word, filter alley. Like filter. I got to finish the story, mama. Just mute your phone for a minute, all right? I'm not going to talk about the peanut butter and the boiled egg. All right. Long story short, listen to this. This is my first. I get the girl. We had these nice houses on the beach, like the government paid for, right? So I take her into the apartment. It's on the beach. I had a roommate though, and she just started coming out her clothes. So I'm like, yeah, that's what's up. So I got her on the bed, whatever. I used to keep condoms in my pillow, right? So I'm in my pillowcase and I can't find a condom. So I'm like, fuck, my roommate must have came and took my condom.
You know how wild that is, though, right?
What, to keep condoms in your pillow?
Yes, nigga, that's ridiculous.
Nah, I got shit worse than that. Oh, man, now I ain't gonna tell this on this story. But look, so then I go to my neighbor's, my roommate's room. I'm literally tossing his room. I'm flipping his mattress. I'm dumping all his clothes and shit on the floor. Can't find no rubbers. So she's literally in there like in her underwear. So it was a gas station like about right in front of my door, So I'm like, yo, I'll be right back. So she's like, no, come on, you ruining the moment. I'm like, yo, I ain't got no fucking rubber. I'm gonna go. So I was 17 then. I was there and back in like 2 minutes, no sweat, So I come back with the rubbers. Now she got all clothes on. So I'm like, yo, come on, come on. Now she treating me like I'm about to rape her, basically. She's like, yo, no. I said no. So I'm like, damn, okay. You sure? She's like, yeah, just take me home. She only been in my house about 15 minutes. All right. I took her home. All right. Took her home the very next day. I go into the Dairy Queen. She right back on her bullshit. It's like, can I take your orders? I'm like, yo, Monica, you know it's me. Would that conclude your orders? I'm like, all right, we right back to zero, right? Two or 3 months later, I go to leave to go to A school, go to San Francisco, right? Bro, she was 3 months pregnant, bro.
Yeah, she was trying to trap you, bro.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
so it just, the game is crazy, man. It's pitfalls in these games out here for y'all young kids, man. Y'all young brothers, man.
You know what them uniforms mean? Benefits.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Forever.
Forever.
Yes.
True. That's
Yes.
true.
Your
That's
kid
true.
is forever set up.
That's true.
You know, and our job is to protect and provide.
Yeah.
You know, she just did a really poor job of going about that.
Man, but I just never even had thought that. You know what I'm saying? Like, in life, man. Listen. It's gonna be ups and downs. My main point I'm telling you, Jobs, is that if you put your faith in God, man, you're never gonna come second, bro.
I think your grandma is tapped in too.
Assalamu alaikum, Grandma.
Yeah, and she's not pleased.
She's not.
She's not. Your language, bro.
Grandma, I ain't know. My grandma don't even know how to use her phone. I didn't know you was on here.
Well,
My bad.
She says grandson language. And if her name is Margaret Watson,
yes, it is.
Ma'am, I had absolutely nothing to do with that.
I'm sorry, Grandma. I didn't know you was on here.
That's completely your grandson. Yes, I'm throwing you all the way under the bus.
I would have kept it alive, Grandma. I didn't know Grandma was on there. Well, now I'm sweating. See? But look, Grandma, I did say put God first. So my grandma, she's the matriarch of my family. And we're Muslims, so she don't play. Yeah, she don't play.
So do you go to the mosque in Detroit?
Yeah, you know what? I used to go to the mosque in Detroit, but like after COVID, we just started doing like Juma and stuff like that on Zoom, like how we doing it. My grandmother's imam. He just got his own masjid, and they're in Virginia. Yep, so he's got his own masjid.
So you went to number 1 then?
I grew up at number 7 in New York.
No, I'm talking about in Detroit though.
In Detroit, I couldn't get along with the guys at number 1, man. I was always having problems with them. And guess what? Like I know Mr. Troy before me.
That's my guy right there.
Yeah, it was Mr. Dawood when I first got here. But for some reason, man, every time I would go to like the men's meetings, stuff like that, I would get in trouble. I don't know what it was. I done been to miles all around Atlanta, San Francisco. Something about number 1, they ain't just get along with me. And guess what? I know Elijah Farrakhan. I know Mustafa Farrakhan. I know all of the high-ranking people in Chicago. But something about number 1, every time I go there, it's like I ain't go to an altercation, but like every single time I get into it with the brothers. I just stop going. I just go to like a regular Sunni mosque.
Yeah, man. Student Minister Troy, man. That's my guy right there.
Yeah, he's a good brother. Yeah, he's a good brother. Yeah.
Good brother.
I probably see you at Savior's Day, man. We had Savior's Day here a few times. Like the last 10 years.
What year was that? Because my best friend got us. Like he's a lawyer there in Detroit.
What's his name?
Dewey.
Dewey. Okay.
Yeah, I can't. Nah, I shouldn't even have said that. This nigga, I swear, this nigga's in the CIA or some shit. But
probably so.
He's not, but he just hates people knowing who he is.
Who he is.
Yeah.
All right, that's a lesson in itself, man. This is another lesson I learned. All the high level people,